What's up, everybody? J.R. Raymond back again, coming to you from Classic Lanes here in Rochester Hills, Michigan. I know you probably get tired of hearing that, but that's what we do. This is where we are. This is where you can come see me. This is where you can come see Mason, because this is home of MRB Classic Pro Shop, where he's here pretty much every night from about 6 p.m. until the end of the night, whenever he decides to go home. So stop up here and see Mason. But today we're going to take out on the lanes. I got a beat-up pattern here. I got something that was, open play, leagues last night, everything, all of the above. So we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna take that Redemption Solid and we're gonna try to compare it up against the Aero by Ebonite here on that beat up pattern and see if either one of them are gonna go through the pins, see what they do once we see the lanes transition. So we're gonna take a look at both of those here in 1 second. Stay tuned. All right, I'm not exactly loose yet, but we're gonna give this a go anyway. We are going to try and take this Aero with the Redemption Solid and try to be as fair as I can with it. So what we're gonna do is we'll start and we'll throw a shot at 10, and then we'll go back and forth. We'll go 10, 15, 20, and we'll just keep going left as we go and see what we come up with. Now, I can't guarantee I'm gonna hit what I'm looking at because I'm not fully loose, but we're gonna try. So here's the Aero. And it hooked immediately and just kept going left, which is to be expected. Again, we're on a beat up league condition, so it's not going to, it's not the crisp back ends like you're used to seeing on a fresh pattern. So I'm gonna switch my thumb out. I got a pretty purple thumb now. Turbo sent me some new inners with purple slugs, and they work out and they look really nice. So this is a new thumb. All right, we're gonna try that again. This time with the Redemption Solid. Oh. Now that one, actually, I missed about a board in from what that last shot was with the Aero. And that one almost looked like it just bleeded out and just burned up the entire way. So it just sat there. So that might be a good thing, who knows? So I'm gonna stick with the Redemption. Got my cool little, my CTD towel here. Got to give them a shout out. Ron Hicklin and Creating the Difference, doing some cool things over there. So now I'm gonna move to about 15, which means that's 5 low. That means I need to move about 8 boards with my feet. It actually shaped up a little bit. Surprisingly, it got around the corner a little bit, so that's good. Something tells me the Aero is gonna just overhook, but I'm not sure. So let's give it a try, see what we can come up with. Starting to get loose, so that's a good sign. Actually, the Aero shaped up even better. So early on, I do feel like the Redemption is using up a little bit of energy compared to the Aero. Just a little bit stronger, more bland through the burn. So we're gonna make that move again. So now we're gonna get into 20. So we need to go here. Let's see what happens with the Aero. Obviously getting my hand around it a little bit. Yeah, see, so it's shaped really nice. It's coming around the corner. It's not down lane shape. It's all mid lane, arc, not a sharp hook curve. we'll see what the redemption gives me from there. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the redemption misses the head pin right, or 2 pins or something. So we get a light swisher out of it. So you can definitely see a big difference between these two bowling balls. Much earlier, smoother reaction out of the redemption, whereas the Aero is a little bit stronger. Now, granted, the layouts are a pinch different. They're not a lot different. But the redemption was the, I think it was like 55 on the last number. Same distance-wise, 5.5-inch pin, but 55 on the third numbers, which puts the pin higher. And the Aero is 85, which puts the pin much lower. So now I'm gonna go, here we go, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're gonna try to get to 5th Aero now. See what the redemption can do from in there. Yep, that's exactly what you expect from that. Big solid bowling ball, not really meant to go around the lane like that. And I'll be completely fair, I did get that a little bit to the right. So, but either way, you get it to the right and you get it to the dry, and it just kind of bleeds it out, blends off of it. Doesn't really make much of a motion down lane. Now let's see if the Aero has a chance. They are the same surface for the most part, so let me count this out. All right, let's see what the Aero does in there. That one right too. See, look at that. Look at the big difference there. So I feel like the Aero is just a bit cleaner, so it allows it to store more energy. So that's where you can really see a big difference. Let's talk about this real quick. All right, so there you go. So that's the redemption solid in the Aero. So I said I want to talk about this a little bit because I want to explain a little bit of a difference that most people don't understand. Most people, when they look at big, strong bowling balls, they think to themselves, they're like, okay, this is a really strong ball. It's gonna hook a lot. It's gonna do a ton of motion. And when you watch the redemption, if I were to throw it on a fresh pattern, that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like it can hook from anywhere. The thing hooks the entire lane, and then when I put it on this, like right here, it looks like it really doesn't hook at all. So what's the big difference? Well, the difference is how much energy it's using up in the front part of the lane. That's what people don't understand. So you start using those big, giant, strong bowling balls with a whole lot of surface on them, they actually use up the energy early, and then they look like they're doing nothing down lane, so they're just blah. Whereas like the difference between these two, the Aero and that redemption, the Aero is a cleaner cover. It's about the same surface, but it's actually even further pinned down. So it's that third number was about 30 degrees difference than the redemption. Same pin distance, 30 degrees different. Now I don't know that the layout really played much of a role in how it reacted. It's more the surface than anything. I think the cover stocks are just completely different. Weaker cover stock in the Aero maybe, but the Aero was definitely reacting as if it was much cleaner. And you could see most people would agree that the redemption solid overall is technically a stronger bowling ball overall, but yet the Aero outperformed the redemption here on the beat up pattern. And it's all because the Aero stored more energy, it was a little bit cleaner through the front, and it read the lane in the middle and the back properly, whereas the redemption was only going to be really good for me if I played straighter with it, because I could get it to burn up the lane. Now the Aero wasn't going to be very good straighter because it wasn't going to burn up that area. It was going to see that extra friction and start going left. So that's the big difference between these two. There's going to be a link in the description for both of these. In the description, you can get a link. I don't know what I'm repeating myself for, but go get yours at BowlerX.com. Either one of these would be great. You could see a big difference between the two. So head over there. But that's all I got for you. If you got questions, make sure to hit them up in the comments below. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. This is a pretty informative video right here. This gives you an exact example of what surfaces can do on two strong bowling balls. So until next time, guys, I'm out of here. We'll see you guys later. Take care.